If you could ask God one question and you knew who would answer, what would you ask? A study in America asked this question, and the most common response was, why is there pain and suffering in this world? If God is the most merciful, kind, and just, why does He allow evil? Why do children die? Why do wars happen? Why do bad people seem to win sometimes? For some people, this becomes an argument against God's existence. Even for those of us who believe in God, this question can still create doubts in our mind. So, why is there evil in this world?
Imagine you have a store that sells cutlery and utensils. Spoons, forks, knives, and whatnot. Now let's say someone comes into your store and buys a knife. And they go out of the store and they use it to kill someone. Shortly after this, the police comes to your store and they arrest you. Do you think that's fair?
Of course not.
No, right? Because the responsibility of the murder is on the person who chose to misuse the knife, not the one who sold it. But when it comes to life, we reverse this logic. When someone lies, steals, cheats, or kills, we don't blame the person, we blame God. As if the existence of the tool is the problem, instead of how it's being used. And this is one of the biggest misconceptions in the world about evil. People say, if Allah is merciful, why would He allow it? But the truth is, most of the sufferings in the world come from human choices, not from Allah. Allah gave us free will, and what we choose to do with it is on us.
Now you may ask, if Allah can stop evil, why doesn't He? Why does He even allow it in the first place? Why did He give us free will? Let's talk about it.
Not every creation of Allah has free will. The angels, for example, don't have free will. They don't have the ability to choose between right and wrong. They just obey. They're pure and always doing what's right. If Allah wanted, He could have made us that way as well. Perfect obedience, zero mistakes, zero evil. But then we wouldn't be human. We would just be another category of creation.
Allah has only given free will to humans and jinns. It's what makes our actions meaningful. Without it, we'd just be robots. But because of that free will, humans and jinns are accountable for their actions.
And free will isn't just random. It's directly tied to the entire purpose of this life. This life is a test. And for a test to exist, you need to have choices. Will we choose disobedience or obedience? Will we choose good or evil? If those choices didn't exist, heaven and hell wouldn't make sense, because heaven and hell are a reward or a punishment. And a reward or a punishment only makes sense when there's freedom behind your actions. You get punished or you get reward based on the choices that you make. If there was no possibility of evil, life would feel empty. There would be no purpose, no tests, no growth, no hereafter. There would be nothing for us to strive towards. In fact, this world would almost feel like heaven, but we wouldn't even appreciate it because we wouldn't know the alternative.
Think about it. If you had no choice but to do good, kindness, sacrifice, forgiveness, none of these would mean anything. These things are beautiful because you have the option to do the opposite. When you choose honesty, even though lying is easier. When you give charity, even though keeping the money is tempting. When you forgive, even though revenge is right there. Those actions only matter because they were choices.
And based on those choices, Allah rewards us or holds us accountable. That's the test of this life. What we do with the freedom that we've been given. And this freedom allows people to commit evil, but it also allows people to rise to incredible levels of goodness. But even though we naturally hate evil, and we should, its existence actually highlights the importance of good. There's also another side to the test of evil. Like I said earlier, In Islam, evil isn't just random, it's part of the test of life. And the Quran says, we test you with both good and evil as a trial. Which means when we come across evil, whether that's injustice in the world or even our own struggles and temptations, Allah is watching how we respond. Because tests is not only about what happens to you, it's also about what you choose to do. And this is the part that people forget.
If you see something wrong happening, if someone's being mistreated, or someone needs help, that's your test too. Allah gave you free will. You can't blame Allah for the evil in this world if you aren't doing anything, even in small ways, to push back against it.
Seeing the struggles of others helps us realize how much Allah has blessed us. It makes us pause, and it has this effect on our heart, and it makes us realize that subhanallah, Allah has given us so much that we take for granted. Our health, our home, our parents, our peace. And without seeing this other side of life, we wouldn't realize how blessed we are, and we would keep taking everything we have for granted.
So evil isn't just there to challenge us, it's there to wake us up, to remind us of what matters and who we're supposed to be. It makes us more grateful, more compassionate, more aware, more responsible with the choices Allah gave us.
So when people ask, if Allah is all-merciful, why does evil exist? Maybe the better question is, without evil, would we ever recognize the importance of good? Would we ever be grateful? Or would life have any meaning at all?